Hello, and welcome to this tutorial for BioXTAS RAW. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to set an absolute scale using water calibration for radial averaging of 2D images into 1D scattering profiles in RAW. This tutorial requires the RAW tutorial data, which is available on the RAW website. Before we get started, just to note, RAW supports two methods for setting absolute scale, the first using water, the second using the NIST glassy carbon standard. I personally recommend using the glassy carbon standard if available, as it should be more accurate. To get started, we're going to use the data in the calibration data extra folder. We need a configuration file. We're going to use this one that's already made for us here, SAXS.cfg, which will load up. The next thing we want to do is we want to plot these MT2 images. These are empty cell scattering images, so the empty capillary that we use for measuring the sample in. I'm going to plot those. I'm going to average them, and then I'm going to save the average. I'm going to repeat that with the water. This is water measured in that same capillary. I'm going to plot it, average it, and save the average. Now that we've done that, I'm going to open the advanced options. I'm going to go to the normalization absolute scale. For the empty cell, we're going to select that MT2 file that we just saved. For the water, we're going to select the water file that we just saved. This was taken at a temperature of 4 degrees, so we set the temperature to 4. And then we calculate the absolute scaling constant by clicking calculate, and you should end up with something like this, around 0.0008. We then check the normalized process data to absolute scale using water, and we click OK to exit. With that, we've now set the absolute scaling using water, and we can save the settings for future use. With that, that's the end of the tutorial. You should now know how to set absolute scale for radial integration in RAW using water standard.